Good morning. This lesson is for my Integrated 1 class, but before I get started, I want to say I hope that everyone is doing all right out there. Let's go ahead and start talking about our goals. This is for Unit 5, Lesson 4. We have two goals today. Our first goal is to review solving a system using the transitive property. And our second goal, a little long, but it's actually very much like the first goal, is substituting an equation in slope-intercept form into an equation in standard form and solving the system. That was long-winded. But I felt that for this lesson, if we see the previous lesson worked out next to the new lesson problem, we would see how similar they actually are. And hopefully we realize that they're essentially the same thing. And you'll see that transitive is technically substitution, but substitution is not technically transitive. So anyways, I'm going to start the lesson and just jump right into the first goal. And remember, the transitive property says that if two things are equal to the same thing, those two things themselves must also be equal. So I can create another equation out of these two equations and say that 4x plus 2 is equal to minus 3x plus 9. And now we get into our 6 steps to solve. Can I eliminate a fraction? No. Can I distribute? No. Can I combine like terms on each side of the equation? No. Can I get all variables to one side? Yes. I'm going to move the 3x over to the other side. I'm going to say plus 3x plus 3x. Now I have 7x plus 2 is equal to positive 9. Can I add or subtract a number away from the variable side of the equation? Yes, I can. I can subtract away the 2. And now I'm left with 7x is equal to 7. The last step is, can I divide away a number? And the answer is yes, I can divide away the 7. That's with the x. And our x value for where the lines are going to cross is 1. I can plug this into either equation. I like the top equation because there's no negatives. So I'm going to replace this x with that value. And I'm going to now have y equals 4 times 1 plus 2. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So y equals 6. X equals 1. I have an x and a y, so I have an ordered pair. I know where these two lines cross, and they cross at 1, 6. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check off the first goal again. I wanted to work this problem out just so we could basically see an example of the second problem. So I'm going to put a check mark here. Again, our second goal is we're going to plug this equation, which is in slope-intercept form, into this equation, and we're going to solve the system. Once this equation gets plugged into this equation, it gets to seem very familiar to what we just did right there. I'd like to make an observation. All right, so I mentioned earlier that transitive is kind of like substitution. I'm substituting this y with this value. And that's how we got this equation. All right, so you can call it transitive, you can call it substitution. In this case, they both work. We can't use transitive in here because I don't have two equations equal to the same thing. However, I can replace a y value with what the y is equal to. And I can do that in here. So our first step is we're going to replace y with 3x plus 2 in the standard form equation. So this y right here gets replaced with this. And we're going to get the following equation. Minus 4, actually let me just do one extra step. I'm going to say minus 4x plus 2, and I'm going to put a big empty parenthesis, and that's equal to 8. And inside the big empty parenthesis where the y once was, I'm going to replace it with 3x plus 2. And this is what it looks like to replace a y, this is what it looks like to put one equation into the other equation. So since I have a value of y, I can replace y with that value, and I did that. Now we can go to our 6 steps. Can I eliminate fractions? No. But I can distribute. We can distribute when we're doing the substitution. Alright, so let's see here. I get minus 4x plus 2 times 3x is going to get me to 6x, and 2 times 2, that's going to get me to 4. And that's equal to 8. Can I combine like terms on each side of the equal sign? Yes, we can on this one, because I can put these guys together. So I'm actually now doing step 3, where before I wasn't. I owe you $4, I have $6, you're going to say that I have $2. 2x plus 4 is equal to 8. Do I need to add or subtract it, or do I need to get all variables to one side of the equal sign? No, I do not. But I can add or subtract a number away from the variable side of the equation, so I'm going to subtract 4 to both sides of this equation. And now I'm left with 2x is equal to 4. Can I divide away a number? Yes, I can. I can divide away the 2. So divide out the 2, divide out the 2, and x is equal to 2. So again, up to now, this is what it looks like. Substituting an equation in slope-intercept form into an equation in standard form, and we're halfway through solving the system. We just now need to find the value of y, right? So we replace 3x plus 2, we replace y with 3x plus 2. We use the 6 steps to solve to find the value of x. And now we're going to use x in either equation to find the y value. I like the top equation. Y is already by itself, which means I just work out what 3 times 2, which is what's going to replace my x plus 2 is equal to. So let's finish that. And we have y equals 3 times 2 plus 2, which is going to become y equals 6 plus 2, and y is equal to 8. So again, I have an x value and a y value, which means I have an ordered pair, and so I can write my answer as an ordered pair. This is where my lines cross. A line in standard form, a line in slope-intercept form. We've found out where they cross. So hopefully this lesson makes sense today. There are other variations of substitution problems, but for right now, I'm just interested in us plugging one equation into the other. And you're probably going to be bothered a little bit by the fact that we're not plugging in one number, we're plugging in an expression, 3x plus 2 in place of y. But I wanted to do this problem first because you kind of already did that. All right, so again, I hope everybody is doing all right out there. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.